Captain Dave Schneider. It's a Guide's Life. How's everybody? Guys, I had a beautiful day on the lake today. Oh my gosh. The tale of 2 days. Yesterday versus today, absolutely astounding. I think what happened yesterday, and shout out to my boys from yesterday again, guys, they were such troopers. They worked so hard in the face of unbelievably difficult circumstances. But the difference was, I put myself today and I put my guests today in a place where we had more options based on what the weather was doing. And that was my grave mistake as a guide yesterday. The weather was so bad, and the things that I planned on fishing got so beat up that we were just left reeling, literally reeling and reeling. Forget that. But anyway, we nailed them today. We got them. We wound up with 31 fish. Had a chance at 32. Actually, I had a chance at more than that, quite frankly. But it was a good day. In spite of the incredibly cold conditions and all of the fishing pressure where we were at, it really turned out to be a really great day. So stay tuned for that video. It's coming right at you. But I got oh, by the way, I'm going to start posting at 11:57, I think I said. 11:57 p.m. every day. That's just because I'm just that way. That's how stupid I am sometimes. But I just love racing it to the mark. Maybe I shouldn't do that, because if something happens and it doesn't get posted. Anyway, but that's my mark. Shout at me if you hate that. Shout at me if you love that. Let me know what you're thinking about it, because I can adjust my posting time. But having said that, I got a question from Dave. It's David, and it's Wareham. David Wareham. I hope I'm saying that right. Dave left a great question. He talked a little bit about watching the vlog. He was fairly new to the vlog, but he hit on something really important. He said, look, there are 3 go-to baits on Lake Okeechobee. The swimming worm, the swim bait, whether it's a Big Easy or whatever, a swim bait, or a swim jig. And David, you're absolutely right. Those are really, really go-to baits on Okeechobee. And what Dave wants to know is, how do I choose which one and when and why and so on and so forth? All 3 of those baits are good at one thing, and that is covering the water column fast or slow. That's the first thing the 3 have in common. A swimming worm can be a swimming worm, a swim jig, and a swim bait can all be worked right at the surface, right on top of scattered lily pads, through the top of hydrilla, all of it. Or all 3 of those have the ability to be worked very slowly, dragging it on the bottom, or anywhere in between. So that's why the 3 of them kind of go hand in hand, and that's why they're so popular on Okeechobee. One of the things about catching fish on Lake Okeechobee is you have to understand that you gotta go slow. Now, they will go fast. That Brandon McMillan I said to me before, I've heard him say to other people, you can't move a bait fast enough to get it away from a bass if he wants it. And there's a lot of truth in that. Kevin Van Dam made an entire career out of that notion. But I'm going to tell you something. There are times when the fish, like the last couple of days here, where you got to slow down. You either go super, super fast and maybe you get a reaction, or you have to just slow down and get them to take it. The swimming bait, the swimming worm, and the swim jig, or the swim worm, the swim bait, or a swim bait, or the swim jig, they all have those same characteristics in place. When do I do which? I like a swim bait if the cover is super, super, super heavy, because I can get it through the tops. It just comes through things a little easier than a swim jig. I like the swim jig if cover's a little more sparse. And I'll use a swim and worm. I have a tendency to go to it when things I feel like are really tough. And that's just because Major Beeman, and you guys have all seen Major Joe Beeman on my videos before. I've seen that man so many times just pick up his bait, cast it out there, and just crawl it slowly through the cover. I will say one thing. Don't get worked up in colors. I go light or I go dark. I don't play around with every... In fact, if they're not biting a swim jig, I'm not going to use a different color swim jig before I use a different bait. I'll change between those 3 baits before I'll go to a different color, because I've already made the color decision based on the light, based on the color of the water. If it's dirty water, I like a darker color, whether it's June bug or something like that. If I'm throwing it in lily pads and around Kissimmee grass and things like that, I like a swim jig better. And I'll usually, a lot of times, I'll throw it with a bluegill pattern. If I'm out away from cover a little bit, if I'm out in the hydrilla, I like a white pattern better. Those are just some of the basics. But Dave, you've really hit it on the head here. Those 3 baits really do work hand in hand. You need to have all 3 tied on, folks, when you're here. You need to have all 3 tied on. Swim bait the thing about a swim bait is that it's really going to it's going to work through thicker cover better, all right, and without any weight on it. A swimming worm, I almost always have weight on. A swimming worm, I always put a tungsten weight, a bullet weight of some sort on it, and I almost always, in fact, I do always peg that weight. A couple things about a swim jig that you need to know. I like to trim the weed guard. I don't know why. I like to cut it on an angle. I feel like it just seems to hook up more fish. Also, I like to trim up the skirt on a swim jig because I feel like I don't want it to be big and fat and bulky at the end. I want the whole bait to be more streamlined. If you got that big bulky skirt and then you go to the swim jig or the swim bait or a swimming worm, or whether it's a fluke or whatever you're using as a trailer, it goes really fat to skinny. I like to have it more of a slow transition, kind of fat to skinny. So that's why I trim up my skirts. Captain Dave Schneider, that's what I have to say about that. David, I hope that answered your question a little bit. And guys, keep those questions coming. They're spot on. From here, guys, I'm about to scream at you some more on the water today. Let you know how happy I am to see you. Captain Dave Schneider, It's a Guide's Life. Here it comes, man. Enjoy the ride. Well, hey, good morning, everybody. Captain Dave Schneider, It's a Guide's Life. My God, it's cold outside. All right, listen. I don't know what the temperature is. I've been in cold temperatures my whole life. But it's an unnatural thing here. It's that cold. It's unnaturally cold. But we're here. We're the first ones out today, weren't we, Charlie?
Absolutely.
Guys, listen, I got a very special guest. This man has been a subscriber on my vlog for quite some time now. Everybody say, oh wait a minute, let's turn this way. I don't want. Let's get this. Let's frame this properly. Let's get this right. Oh here now. See, that way the sun's in our face here. Everybody say, hey Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
There's Charlie. All right, Charlie's from South Carolina, and he was very gracious about offering his condolences to the Michigan football program and what happened there. It's one more stain on my soul. But this is more important than Charlie, of course, is his son Chaz, right?
Correct.
So, say hey, Chaz.
Hey, Chaz.
It's like it's been rehearsed. Anyway, listen. We're set up in Harney Pond. We've already seen some of the tournament bass boats flying through here, and there are going to be a lot more. There's a fellow over there too. But we got some fish here. We're on a reed head that's got some fish on it, and this area's got some big fish in it. There's been a lot of tournament success back in this particular area. We're going to fish some artificials after a bit. Right now, we're just trying to get the whole thing up. The good news is we don't have a lot of mist in the air. We don't have a lot of that moisture and fog that we've had over the last few days. But my hands, just holding this camera right now, my hands are freezing. It really is cold, guys. It's got to be sub 30. The wind chill's got to be below 32, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, the wind chill's well below 32. I mean, it's cold. Listen, I don't want to hear from you guys up north. I lived up there. I know it's probably 20 below up there, all right? But it's not supposed to be 70 there either, like it is here. So anyway, Captain Dave, stick around. I'm here with the Dennis fellows, and we're going to have ourselves a good time. All right, guys, we got a double. Hold them up a little taller, fellas. We got a double here. The irony is, I don't even, what time is it? I've got, anybody know what time it is? I don't know, it's got to be like 10 o'clock, I think. It may be later than that. But these are our first fish. The good news is we sit down in the spot, we pulled into this little dump, and bam, bam, there they are. Actually, we missed the previous bite too, so they're here, guys. We're going to start catching them. A couple of really nice fish. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. All right.
All right, man.
All right. There you are. Out of there. Ooh, this is even bigger, I think, isn't it? Yeah. So it might even be bigger than the last. We're right in that neighborhood anyway. Bless God. Come here, big fella. Come here, big fella. You want to reach in and grab him? Oh yeah, that's three and 3/4. Absolutely. That's beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. Hold her up there, Towel. Gorgeous, gorgeous fish, man. Outstanding. Outstanding. Got another one. He just got him coming to town. Well, hey guys, Captain Dave back here. Hey, listen, we've gotten into it, man. You can see behind me here, we've got a ditch. We got what I call a spill coming out from the outside of the grass line into this little area, this little back bay area. It's just the classic pattern that we fish all the time when we're trying to fish shiners, and we got on it. There were fish here the other day when I originally found this. And they're absolutely here right now. We've got 6 guys.
6.
6? You got 5 or 6?
I got 1 now. Plus.
You got 5, so we got 6 all together. We got floats getting ready to go down. It's all good, man. In fact, we've already had 1 double, and it looks like we might have another one here. So, Captain Dave, man, all of a sudden it's nowhere near as cold as it is, or it was, or whatever. It's still freaking cold, like you wouldn't believe. But this makes it a lot more fun, a little easier to palate. All right, we'll be back.
Took off with it.
Right up here, bub. Right up here. Another nice quality fish, man. Nice quality fish. I'm gonna let you get that one. It's right there in the mouth. You got him? It's just keep coming. Good job, bro.
All right.
They're still coming.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
He's killing me, man.
he is wearing you out, bro.
I tell you, I feel older every fish.
That away. So just kind of keep reeling. You got a huge slack in your line. Keep reeling. No, he's right here. He's right here. He's right here. Coming this way. He's right straight in front of you. When he pulls out, that's you. Get him up out of there. What do you got here? What do you got here? Not a bad fish, is it? Not a bad fish at all.
No, sir.
At all.
Number 4.
Good job, Pappy. He's got number 4. Where you at, man?
I'm at 7.
7. All right, 4 and 7. All right.
We coming.
He's coming for him. All right, guys, little update here. The match is 7-7. We got 14 fish. We still got about 2.5 hours. Uh-oh, number 15 starting to pull down on a float here. I'm not gonna lie to you, it feels pretty good to be back in this position again where the guests are pounding them. It's been a big turnaround. Boy, what a difference 24 hours makes, huh? Anyway, I'm very pleased, but we still haven't caught a ditch melon yet. We'd really like to see one, so we're gonna keep at it. Captain Dave, we'll be back. Hey, Captain Dave, it's an update. Man, they are just going crazy here. What is it now? 16?
19.
19. It is 9 to 8. No, 9 to 9. 9 to 10. Somebody's got 10. You got 10? Yeah. They've scored 19 fish now, and it's 10 to 9. We're back. Yeah. All right, guys. This is Captain Dave. We are down to our last shiner. We got 32?
31 in the boat now.
We got 31 in the boat. The score is 15 to 16?
Yeah.
The score is 15-16. Unfortunately for Pepe here, he is not going to be able to catch up because the last shiner remains in the hands of...
$20 for a shiner.
He's giving $20 just for a shiner back there now. So we're gonna see if we can get. We want to try and get one more fish here. Make it a nice squeaky 32, right? And one more, and then we're gonna have to. We've got a bit of a boat ride. We've got probably 3 miles, at least 3 miles in the open water here, and it's howling pretty good. So it's gonna be an interesting ride back. But I'm sure we're gonna make it. Anyway, listen. I can't help but tell you how much happier I am today than yesterday. These boys brought me back. They did it all just right. Pappy screwed up a couple of hook sets today.
A couple.
But it wasn't. He was pretty coachable actually.
Yeah, we can forgive him for that.
I think for being so old, he did a really nice job of putting himself back together and learning. The guy still has a flip phone. Enough said. Anyway, Captain Dave Snyder, do me a favor, man. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you got some friends, and I know some of you do, go ahead and share this thing. Listen, we're building fire. Captain Dave Schneider, I will see you tomorrow.